is done with, if there is a budget surplus?
So every year I've been on council, we've had a budget surplus, even the tough years. So I am the chair of the Newport Beach City's Finance Committee, have been for about 4 years now. I've been on the city's Finance Committee about 8 years now. We have an incredibly complex budget. Right now, our general fund that we just approved is the largest in the history of the city. Wow. At $263 million.
Oh my gosh.
That is a much bigger budget than any other city that is even close to us in size. But we are a really complicated city. And so because so much money comes into our city, especially through our largest sources, which is property tax, sales tax, and hotel bed tax, which also includes short-term rentals, by the way, people expect really high quality to come out of that as well. So we're a full service city. We have our own police department and fire department and lifeguards. If you are anywhere in the South Orange County area, you don't. You have Orange County Fire Authority, typically paid on your property tax bill, and your city is contracting with the Orange County Sheriff's Department to provide you with your police services. So we get to have a lot more local control in Newport Beach, but people expect those high level of services.
Is that what makes it, when you said complicated, is that what makes it complicated, is that?
No, what makes it complicated is
or
the
should I
fact.
ask that?
No. What makes it really complicated are the number of government agencies we interact with.
Oh, okay.
Because we have the largest recreational harbor west of the Mississippi. We have an airport right next to us. We have the California Coastal Commission that covers 2/3 of our city when we're trying to deal with regulatory issues. We are dealing with a lot of things that a lot of other cities wouldn't. So, for example, the largest or the most comparable city in terms of population from Newport Beach in Orange County is Lake Forest. Lake Forest has almost the exact same number of residents and about 1/3 the size of our budget. So this is just one of those cities that has a lot and expects a lot. And so we need to be really, really good with the taxpayer money because every dollar that comes in has been earned by someone.
Yeah.
And so we need to be really strong about that. So our approach tends to be really conservative when it comes to the revenue side, and then very liberal, and these are not the terms like Republican, Democrat. It's conservative fiscally, and then we budget beyond what we actually think we might end up spending on the expenditure side to make sure that we have the cushion. And on top of that, we have over $50 million in reserves right now for what we would consider to be a black swan event.
Wow.
And COVID was very nearly a black swan event for us, but we were fortunate because we really were able to rein back in very quickly and still have a balanced budget. So going forward into this coming year, we are going to have around $14 million in surplus that we'll be able to spend. Some of that will go toward unfunded pension liability. The bulk of it will be going toward infrastructure needs, so what we call neighborhood enhancements.
Okay.
And so
is that part of that beautification, or is that?
It is.
Okay.
Yeah, so actually quite a bit of our median replacements will come out of neighborhood enhancement funds. And if we end up finding out that the junior guard building, for example, comes in still more expensive than we anticipated, we would probably pull from the neighborhood enhancement funds because, look, at the end of the day, that is all taxpayer money, and when it comes back to the taxpayers and through infrastructure and neighborhood enhancements, that's the kind of thing that will create a better quality of life and, quite frankly, increase property values, which is a virtuous cycle.
We like that.
Exactly.
We like that. So I have to ask, the Black Swan event. What could you give a little color on that? Like, what does that mean?
Yeah, Black Swan event is an event where you would actually, it's such a disaster that you could actually see revenue being cut off essentially for 4 months.
Wow.
Now, that's pretty unlikely in a city like ours that depends on property taxes. But the truth is, we do live in a coastal area.
So like a tsunami?
Like a tsunami.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
earthquake. No, it's like a tsunami, like an earthquake. Like something that you could really realistically see a spike in expenditures and a reduction in revenues.
Got it.
And so, in a moment like that, we need to continue to operate as a city.
Right.
And so we will not run out of money. That's the thought process.
Okay. Well, that's good news.
Yes, it is.